Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's adventure is going to be an exciting one. We are going to go check out the teenage years and locations of Jim Morrison of the Doors. We're going to go to two houses. We're going to go to his high school and a few hangout spots, and at the end of the video, or towards the end, the last section is going to be a place where he played a concert in Alexandria, Virginia. So stay tuned, check it out, and let's go on this ride together. It's going to be fun. Here we go. All right, so we're coming up to one of Jim Morrison's homes, I guess you could say, right up here, and it's right in front of me now. We'll get a shot of it in a second here. This house here was where he lived in the mid to late 50s. His dad was an admiral, as many of you know, and they moved around a lot, so he lived in many different places. And this house here that you see in front of us is one of them. And the funny thing is, it went up for sale back in 2013, and the people who lived there, who sold the house, didn't even realize that it was lived in by Jim Morrison. No idea. And then the newspapers came and did a story, and that was it. The rest is history. So it's a little rock and roll history for you right in front of you. All right, so we're going to go to a few more locations, and we'll cut back in when we get there, all right? All right, so we're in Alexandria, Virginia right now, and we are walking up to his house where he lived between 1959 and 1961, when he was a junior and senior in high school. And this is the longest place he lived for his life, in his teenage years. So this is the house right here. So that's the house right there. Big, beautiful house where he lived in Alexandria, Virginia. Okay, so back here is the house where Jim Morrison lived between 1959 and 1961 for his high school years. He was a junior and senior in high school when he moved in here. Actually, he was not a full junior when he moved in here. It was probably a couple months in, and that's when he started going to the school down here, which we're going to go to on our next shot. But they did an interview with his sister, and his sister said that they were very close. Him and his two other siblings were very close because they didn't really have many friends, because they were moving constantly, left and right, moving, because his dad, like I said, was an admiral. And he had a private entrance in the house. We tried to get a shot of it, but there's too many trees growing over it. When his sister was still living here with his brother, he would go around town a lot, and he would go down to Old Town Alexandria, and he would go different places in DC a lot. And he was an avid reader. And when he graduated from high school, they tried to give him a graduation gift, and he wanted a complete works of this one classic author named Michi. That's what his sister said. And they said, like, "What? You don't want a car?" No, he wants these books. He was very intelligent. Probably one of the smartest rock stars we had in the 20th century. So that's the house right there. That is where he spent most of his life and his teenage years. Okay, so we're coming up to the building where he went to high school. It's now a middle school, and it was a high school up to 1965, and then they built a new high school. Then it became a junior high school, and then in 1994 it became a middle school. So this is the building right here. Okay, we're standing in front of George Washington Middle School right now, and it was a high school between 1935 and 1965, and Jim Morrison went to this building here, this school here, in class of 1961. So as we're recording this, he was here 60 years ago at this time, all right? And what he would do is he would show up late a lot to school, and his teachers were saying, "Why are you late?" And he would say, "Well, I was kidnapped by gypsies." And he had a very bizarre sense of humor. And then in the middle of the class, he would just get up and leave and say, "I got to go have a brain tumor removed." And he would hide somewhere in the school and read, because he was an avid reader. Very, very smart guy. And what's funny is a lot of people don't know this, but it was passed down from student to student to student over the years. Rumor has it he urinated in one of the lockers, and we don't know if that's true or not. I think it was just a rumor going around just in the school from student to student to student. And I went here 92-93 year for my 9th grade, last class as a junior high student, and it turned into a middle school from then on out. And other notable alumni that went here were Mama Cass Elliott, Willard Scott, and John Phillips. And I know there was another rumor going around. This is not related to the Doors anyway, but I just want to clear this up. That rumor has it John Phillips and Mama Cass Elliott went here at the same time, and they formed the Mamas and the Papas here. That is not true. They were 10 years apart. But I think Mama Cass Elliott was a year behind Jim Morrison, so she might have known Jim Morrison at the school. And then later on, when the Mamas and the Papas and the Doors were around in LA. But this is the school right here, built in 1935. And it's a great Art Deco building. Sits here on Mount Vernon Avenue in Alexandria, Virginia. So if you're in the area, come check it out. Very easy to find. But just be respectful. It's a school, so don't wander all around the property. You know, there's a sidewalk here. Walk along the sidewalk and, you know, take pictures if you want. Say that's where Jim Morrison went to high school. Yep. So that's it right there. It's a big building. And what I'll do is I will put a shot on the screen right now of what it looked like when it was built. It was a lot smaller than, as you can see. A lot has been added to it, you know, over 80 years, 85 years now. They've obviously replaced the windows and did a lot of painting, but the brick is all the same, and the Art Deco cement is all the same. Okay, so now we're at the Alexandria Waterfront, and back in the early 60s, late 50s, Jim Morrison would come down here and he would hang out with his brother and just talk to the fishermen. And he wrote a lot of poetry down here, and who knows, he might have written some Doors songs down here. So, yeah, there's a torpedo factory behind me here. And it is an art gallery now, but it used to be, they actually used to make torpedoes here, believe it or not, during World War II. And these docks have been here for ages and ages and ages. I mean, I don't even know how long they've been here, but this is where Jim Morrison and his brother would come out and hang out. And it's a very touristy area now. And it's, as you can see, there's a lot of boats here, and there are a lot of ducks swimming around, which is kind of nice. And it's a very touristy area. You know, also about this area, it's a very good area now, but back when Jim and his brother would come down and hang out with the fishermen, it was not a good area, believe me. It was, Old Town Alexandria was a very dangerous area in the 60s. It was just crime-ridden and boarded up buildings and all that, and that's what Jim Morrison liked, I guess, you know, coming down here and just hanging out by the water. Okay, so behind us here, it may look like a hotel at one point, but in 1948, November 23rd, 1948, a place called the Alexandria Arena opened up, and it was known as, to the locals, the Alexandria Roller Rink. And they had an 11-ton Wurlitzer Opus pipe organ in here, and the 1973 film Scorpio was filmed here, and on August 18th, 1967, the Doors played here at the Alexandria Roller Rink, and it was a bizarre show because they played a late show that night. It was at 10 o'clock, and they played a show earlier in the night in Annapolis at the someplace, some armory up in Annapolis. I don't think it's even there anymore. And about 4,000 people showed up to the sold-out show, and he finished the set with a song by the Doors, obviously, called The End. And he tossed a cymbal in the audience, and also the WPGC DJ had to wrestle the mic away from Jim Morrison, and he, as he was walking off the stage, he said, "Hey, Alexandria," and flipped him the middle finger.
Now, is that any way to behave at a rock and roll concert?
Jim Morrison for you, you know? So anyway, that roller rink was right here on the corner of Madison and St. Asa Street in Alexandria, Virginia. And it was torn down in 1986, and it was replaced by this hotel here, unfortunately. It would have been cool if there was that arena still there, but you know what they say, out with the old, in with the new. But yeah, the Doors played a very infamous set there, I guess you could say. So it was right here. All right, guys, thanks for coming with me on this adventure. It was a lot of fun to do. I just have one question for you, and that is, what is your favorite Doors song? So please comment in the section below. What is your favorite Doors song? After that, please, after you commented, please share this if you like. If you please like it, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. More videos to come soon, and I will see you in the next video, guys. All right? Thanks so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.